This video analyzes the very first scenes of the film, the opening conflict. The opening of a film is crucial, and in this scene, every shot and every piece of blocking is intentionally designed. As the starting point of the entire story, the scene not only carries the basically narrative function of the distraction the plot, but also establishes the key character dynamics and sets the emotion tone for the whole film. In the story, Zhang Zhe has a long refused to learn Chinese the way his father is present, which has become the cause source of the tension between them. By beginning with a small but poignant confrontation, the film throws this conflict directly at the audience, pulling them immediately into the heart of the story and naturally raising question: where will the relationship go? What kind of story will unfold from here? At the same time, the scenes subtly foreshadow the later conflict in which of the father initiates what Zhang Zhe read the allegations in Chinese. Visually, in terms of composition, these scenes relies heavily on medial close-up over the shoulder shots. At first glance, this shot feels natural, but the filming carries a strong sense of control. By placing each character's shoulder in the foreground, the camera forces us to see the over through someone's point of view, reinforcing the sense of punctuation. The horizontal length of the couch and the window behind Zhang Zhe create a box in composition, adding subtle price to the film. The slightly low camera height makes both characters look priced against their emotions, marrying the intention in the scenes. One of the key emotion beats happens after Zhang Zhe starts out. In the shots that follow, the father is pushed all the way to the right edge of the frame, leaving a large empty space on the left. This imbalance makes him look isolated and emotionally displaced. His gaze is directed to the right, but the field gives him a most normal road, creating a sense of visual suffocation and helplessness. Although Zhang Zhe actually exits film right, the empty space on the left became the emotion marks he leaves behind. This is a classical use of absent price. The actor is gone, yet his absent occupies the film. The father's gaze tries to follow him, but the composition retains him. The empty space becomes a visual void, emphasizes loneliness and the feeling of being left behind. His body language tells the rest. His shoulders sink, his head tilts slightly forward, and his eyes struggle to find a false point. The weight of the scenes drops downward, and the whole film feels heavier. The warm light coming from the right side, matching the direction Zhang Zhe lives, falls softly on the father's face, but instead of providing warmth, it highlights his emotional isolation. The contrast ratio is slightly higher than usual, deepening the shadows and visually echoes the heaviness of the mood. Although the scenes will be graded into a sound-side like warm portal, the emotion contrast remains cold. The shot is quiet, but it carries numerous emotion weight, showing the father's disappointment, confusion, and inability to put his son back. Another important moment is the shot where Zhang Zhe suddenly stands up. His face is intentionally not shown. By hiding his expression, the audience is forced to read the emotion through his proximate emotion. The shift from sitting to standing creates a vertical jump in the film, sharply increasing the visual tension. The father's blurred silhouette remains in the background, reminding us that this action is directed at someone. He suddenly rises, posing upward in the film, while the father remains actor at the bottom right, visually represent one person break away as the other is left behind. Out of the limited room, the visual strategy for the scenes is controlled but tense. Without completed camera movement, the scenes relies on precise shot chase over the short tension and the still rising of the shot reverse shot to keep pushing the conflict upward. One of the few camera moments in the scenes is upward tilt when the father stands. As the sudden rise, the camera taps him up, revealing his height and the shift in power dynamics. The shot ends with his leaning forward slightly, signaling a surge of anger. The next shot, his smiling Zhang Zhe, completes the emotional escalation. Lighting-wise, the scenes use the mixed lighting. Although the story is set in late morning, we wanted to the emotion tone of the early evening, heavy, distant, and slightly melancholic. One key-like sound was placed outside the window to simulate starlight pouring into the room. The wall color temperature gives the illusion of a sinking sun, visually warm but emotion heavy. Two small lights inside the room act as side film and ring lights, adding contrast and shaping the actor's face with hiding edges. In editing, the scene uses a deliberate contrast in pacing. The first half cuts quickly, matching the right tension of their argument. But once John just slapping himself and leaves, the rhythm is slow. Try to linger on the father, giving the audience time to sit with his illusion and gift. The scene was shot in log to provide dynamic range for color grading. The final look was war, but with a silent grade undertone, suggesting a home that feelings filler, yet emotion factor. The 2.35 at 1 resolution feature visions the emotion destined between its two characters, enhances the feeling of a broken relationship. Sound design also play a crucial role. The slap was shot using a cheap angle with no rear contact, and the sound was built in post using Foley. The saddle, air mounted, and the feet printed make the sound feel emotionally charged rather than being physical. Dual digital audio bomb music plays live music, couple both the room's rousing hit and the instant sound of breath. Closing rest, follow step, and bridge motion. When motion rises, the loud mic pick up the unstable breathing, let the director hear the actor's internal struggle. The combination scene is the emotion card of the interfilm. It reveals the world between father and son and turns language from a character maker into an emotion battery. It lays the foundation for genre's later transformation and makes the moment between with characters' emotional character begin to shift. This is not just an agreement, it is the point where the story character open. My intention as the director was to show how in a cross-cultural emotion, language, memory, and grief can filter a family. And sometimes the only way those factors become visible is through a motion of will, an avoidable combination. Everything that follows the healing, the recreation, the change, the growth from the single thing.
你说什么？이 못된 뿌리도 모르는 놈. 아!